In this video, we'll talk about the details and specs that we know on the 2022 Volkswagen Golf R. But first, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that red subscribe button below so you can be the first to know when new videos drop. Fast and mature, the Golf R sits above the GTI in the Volkswagen Golf hierarchy. The first R Golf, the R32, arrived in the United States in 2004 and featured a 3.2-liter narrow-angle V6. The name changed to Golf R in the 6th generation when it lost the Silky 6 in favor of a high-output turbocharged 2.0-liter inline-four. The upcoming 8th generation Golf is now getting the R treatment. It and the GTI will be the only Golf models sold in the US, but Americans will have to wait until the third quarter of 2021 to see them here. The familiar turbocharged 2.0-liter 4 now makes 315 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque, up from 288 horsepower and 280 pound-feet. With the dual-clutch automatic, expect to see 60-mile-per-hour times in the low to mid-4s. Of course, true believers will select the 6-speed manual transmission, which will only be available in North America. The quickest prior generation dual-clutch Golf R tested hit 60 miles per hour in 4.5 seconds, with the manual clipping a 4.8 second time. The Turbo 4's power delivery isn't explosive, but it is consistently strong and relentless, and turbo lag is barely noticeable. In normal mode, the dual-clutch automatic transmission is eager to get into the highest gear to save fuel. Switch to race mode and the transmission becomes aggressive, downshifting under braking and holding gears to redline. Like the GTI, the engine's actual sound is amplified by a diaphragm connected to the intake and fed into the cabin. The sound is pleasant and also adjustable should you want to silence it. A quick release of the accelerator leads to a delightfully boisterous crackle from the exhaust. The Golf R's chassis and all-wheel drive are supremely capable in bringing the power to the road. Turn-in is precise and sharp, and the handling is neutral up to the lofty limits. Our German specs car was fitted with the optional performance package that adds 2 extra drive modes that we enjoyed thoroughly. Special mode is designed to conform with the specific challenges of a curvy track and is a great setting for any back road. This mode sharpens the throttle, livens up the gearbox's responses, but dials back the aggression of the adaptive dampers. The second mode is a drift mode, which sets up the all-wheel drive system and stability control to allow for some delightful oversteer. You can also switch off stability control completely. The new Golf only comes as a 4-door, and as we've already seen, the redesign is evolutionary. It's a very practical shape. There's ample room for passengers in front and in the rear, and the cargo area is SUV-like. The interior represents a big upgrade over the previous generation. VW's engineers and designers have managed to hide their cost-cutting, and the visible surfaces still appear better than most of the Golf's competitors. The driver is surrounded by decidedly futuristic digital instruments and capacitive switches. Hopefully, VW will set the pedals properly in the manual versions. A 6-speed GTI recently driven had a brake pedal position that made heel and toe downshifts virtually impossible. The Golf R remains a refined small car with the practicality of a hatch in the soul of a sports car. As with the previous generation, the Golf R remains a Subaru WRX STI and Civic Type R competitor, but it offers more day-to-day refinement in a mature design. What the Golf R gives up in track day fun, it more than makes up for on your commute. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and check out the boxes on the screen for more great stuff.